What's your take on the whole narrative of store of value, digital gold, when it comes to Bitcoin?
Right. Well, that's where we see, we can look back at Satoshi's intentions. We can look at how the protocol was constructed, and we can look at how it's used now. Bitcoin was planted in the middle of the 2008 financial crisis, weeks after Lehman Brothers collapsed. And Satoshi, in the first block on the blockchain wrote, a UK chancellor on the verge of second bailout for banks. Bitcoin wasn't here to replace Visa to have cheaper credit card payments. Bitcoin is here to fucking take down governments. That's incredible. This is a revolutionary idea that will have monumental change for humankind. So with that, money is one of the most important things in the world. It's a store of value, unit of account, and medium of exchange. And whenever a new money comes about, you had shells, beads, then you had gold, and then fiat money, and now you have Bitcoin. Each one has a curve of adoption because humans are animals, after all. We don't immediately recognize a new idea as valid and totally open to it. One of my favorite accounts is the Pessimist Archive.
Pessimist Archives?
Yeah, and so what they do is they look through old newspapers from 1850 to 1920, and they pull out really hilarious takes on bicycles and radios and everything else, because people innately are afraid of new technology. It's just an innate human nature. So with Bitcoin, becoming a new money wasn't going to happen overnight. And the first stage of it becoming a new money is people recognizing it as somewhere they want to store value. And Bitcoin has very good characteristics as a store of value asset. Similarly, like gold, is very hard to seize. For example, seizing all of our bank accounts can be done at the snap of someone's fingers. But going through and going door to door and knocking down each door and trying to find where someone hid their gold or their Bitcoin is extremely difficult. And so it's got those features. It's extremely hard to seize. It's immutable in terms of transacting with it. It has a finite amount, and then the production curve of it is costly. That's why it's called essentially the proof of work of the costliness of production. Gold is demanded, more and more of the supply is sourced through an extremely costly method. If gold could just be found in infinite amounts and very easily, then it wouldn't be very valuable. So Bitcoin mimics that same functionality with a proof of work algorithm. And so all these other characteristics essentially make Bitcoin a good store of value asset. It is a gold 2.0. And it was planted in the middle of the 2008 financial crisis because at that time we lost faith in the institutions that surrounded us, like our central banks, our government, and our banks. And Bitcoin gives everyone the option to store their value into something that can't be seized very easily. It can be transferred anywhere. And that is a huge monumental change. And it's the first step in becoming a money. Later down the road, it'll eventually be widely held enough that we might then transact with other people for everyday goods and services. And then maybe those items will finally be priced in Bitcoin. But that takes decades. It doesn't happen overnight. Certainly the movement from shells to gold probably took hundreds of years. Gold to fiat took decades, and Bitcoin is essentially doing it in the same amount, a few decades. I think we'll see if Bitcoin will have succeeded or failed.
I think if anything, what we're seeing right now, we thought that '08 was fucked. '08's nothing compared to this.
Not in my I wouldn't say dreams, because I don't dream for these moments to happen. We predicted that they would. It's Bitcoin is built to give us another option, and we thought that something like this might happen, but not at this magnitude. I never would have believed ever that at this sort of magnitude would this occur. Just the infinite amount of money, literally infinite amount of money printing. The bailing out of every single industry. It's like we forgot what capitalism was.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be more excited for Bitcoin's performance in this environment, because this is exactly what Bitcoin is built for.